In this lessons episode, explore how lessons from real estate and coaching reveal the importance of focus and discipline in both business and life. Discover why consistent small wins outweigh chasing shortcuts. Understand how adopting a CEO mindset creates alignment between personal and professional growth, and uncover how accountability and self-awareness unlock the actions that drive lasting success. So how do you deal with that? What's a lesson that you learned in real estate on how to find where to spend your time? And is it something that we could easily take into other environments so that people can figure out where to not waste time?
Yeah, that's super good, because I do, because now I'm in coaching, right? So I'm doing the same thing. I'm selling my time, but with that being said, is I got to, like you said, qualify what those opportunities are like. So anyone that is in a sales role or growing a business and trying to figure out how to pick up clients and customers, those kind of things, the first thing you have to ask, or you have to do, is you have to be a really good listener. You have to listen for the cues of what people are telling you. First thing you need to know, if it sounds too good to be true and you don't have to really work hard to make it happen, guess what?
It's too good to be true.
There's no deal there.
Yeah.
There isn't. And that's the first thing. That's the first thing you qualify. If it sounds too good and it's too easy, it's not. It never. Those things don't happen. You're going to hit singles a lot more than you're going to hit those home runs. So, look for the singles always. What are the deals that I can get done that I know that are real, that can make happen, and get rid of that swinging for the fences mentality.
Yeah. No, it's very good advice. Now I'm curious what you're working with now. So let's keep going down the career path, because that will dovetail into some great questions as to what you're helping people with out right now after your career. So sure. What's next after you exit real estate and you're done that? What are you doing now? What's the book? What's coaching? What's your academy? All that stuff, and why are you doing that?
Yeah, so I was in my last 2 years as a partner, and I found myself coaching more than I was really doing the sales anymore, and I was finding my joy in there. I found a new joy, right? The deal making was fun, but what I was really enjoying was watching other people be successful and working through them, and I was finding my joy through that process. And so I decided that I wanted to get coaching. I talked to my partners. They talked me out of it twice, but I finally eventually made that happen. And so I did. So I jumped in and I created a coaching company called the Return on You Investment Academy, because I wanted it to tie back to money, because everything does come back to money in terms of a basis of successful measure. But really, there's another piece to it, which is, how are you investing in you, right? If you invest in you, then the money will come. So it's the Return on You Investment Academy. So I started a coaching academy. I went and got certified. I'm a certified high performance coach, so I carry some credentials with me. And I started this company. And along those lines, I started to reflect a little bit, especially when COVID happened, is this mindset that came to me about a CEO, right? I'm coaching executives. I'm coaching, CEOs, entrepreneurs for their own company. And I'm really thinking about what it is that makes them successful. And what I began to realize is that this concept of work-life balance and all this other stuff is really flawed, because what I see in the most successful people, and I also see it in my own life, is that I'm no different at home than I am in my job. I'm the same person, right? And so why do we break apart the workplace and the life place? Really, let's bring those two things together. And if you can bring those two things together, you will be successfully rounded. And so I started thinking about the CEO job description. And if you go through a CEO's job description, you'll see it's a lot like how you should leave your life. You should have a vision. You should have mission. You should have goals. You should know who the people are that are around you as your shareholders. You should be able to say no. You should have values. You should set boundaries. You should know how to deal with, a lot of shit every day, because it's going to come. And so, all of those things. And so I wrote this book, CEO for Life, for that purpose, is to try and bring the concept together for people that you really should be the same person in the workplace and life place. So it's been a lot of fun, man. I've really enjoyed it.
No, I appreciate the transitioning. I think that actually your love for coaching probably comes from your love for helping people. And that's actually probably why you transitioned from electrical engineering to HR in the first place. If I'm just reading along your career, it makes a lot of sense what you keep defaulting to and what you sort of excel at. But I guess my question, the CEO for life. I love the analogy that you have to run your life like a CEO. So how do we solve for that? How do we remove the work life and the personal life? Because there's things that I'm sure, like, this is ingrained in people. Like, they have to act one way at work and they act differently at home. So what are like the actionable steps that you can start doing, or is it just a matter of finding the right organization that also recognizes that they want a certain authenticity in who they hire? How do you fix that?
That's great. That's a great conversation. It's a super conversation. So the first thing is you have to work your roadmap to make sure that your life and your work, who you are, maps to what a CEO is, right? Do you have first thing you got to know is, do you have some level of self-awareness? Listen, if you're a dick, it ain't going to work no matter what you do, right? I mean, or if you're a bad person, or, whatever label you want to call it in terms of being a jerk or working difficult with people, you have to have some level of self-awareness. Once you have some self-awareness, from there you can decide, okay, well, what is the vision for my life? And what I tell people is, their vision is never big enough. When I sit down with clients and I talk to them, tell me about your vision for your life. It's never big enough. It's never big enough. It's always, well, this year I want to do this, or, we're looking to buy this house, or, I want my kids to college. Well, what I talk about in the book is dream generationally. A CEO measures in a year or a quarter, but when they look at casting vision for the company, they're thinking 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. Where are we going to turn this ship and take it to? Elon Musk is looking at Mars. He's not just thinking about trying to get this thing to go up and then come back down, right? I mean, so dreaming generationally is super important. So self-awareness and making sure you have a big dream. And then from there, you can begin to put your roadmap together. Okay, so what are the goals that are going to get you there? What values are going to keep you in line, right? So you're not going to cross any ethical barriers, those kind of things. Then what are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Who are your shareholders? Listen, it's cliche, but it's truth. I guarantee if you look at the people you spend the most time with, the 5 people you spend the most time with, you eat where they eat, you listen to the same music they do, you dress like them, you talk like them, you drink the same beers or wine. I mean, that's just what we do, right? It's funny because I have a 16-year-old daughter, and it's just so apparent in her boyfriend. All the boys in high school, they dress the same. They have the same Bieber haircut. They all listen to the same music. Yeah. They all drive the same trucks. They all, it's all the same things, right? And it's so apparent in high schoolers but it never leaves us. We're always there. So who are you leveling up in your sphere? And then from there, you can then begin to say, okay, now that I have all these pieces in place, how am I learning to work within that? And that comes with having this firefighter mindset. I was told a long time ago, you live your life in 3 states. You're either in a storm, coming out of a storm, or going into a storm. That is life, period. And so you better be preparing today for that storm that you're either in, going into, or coming out of. And every day be a good firefighter. So those are the things that are wrapped up in the book, and they all have practical exercises around it. And that's what I'm trying to help people find, is that direction for their CEO.
And do you find those are good lessons? And now, so the context of the book makes sense. Excuse me. Do you find that that's similar to what people reach out to you for when they look for business advice or coaching advice? Is that the core problem that they're trying to solve, or what other types of coaching do you actually work with people on outside of this CEO work-life balance?
Sure. And so it's, coaching is so interesting to me, is because it, I guess the easiest way to say it is, everybody that I coach already knows what they need to do. We all do. We all know we need to lose weight, or we need to exercise, or we need to do this, or I need to pick up the phone and make those phone calls, or, I need to get my accounting in order. Everybody knows what they need to do. But what they need is someone to speak that truth into them, so they can then release themselves to go do it. And that's really what coaching does. It allows a person to release themselves into what they know they need to do. Because what happens often is we get caught up in this mental chatter, right? We talk to ourselves in our head 4 times more than we talk to a person verbally. So you're having a conversation in your head 4 times more than you're having a conversation with someone else. And so we get lost in that, but sometimes you need that person to have that verbal conversation with, make some accountability, go through that. So that's what I spend a lot of time with people is we first start at, what is it that you're not doing that you know you should do? And from there, everything else unravels. We put a plan in place. We execute on that plan. And my normal coaching time is 12 weeks. At the end of 12 weeks, I mean, they've gone way beyond they ever thought they would have been from the beginning.
Thanks for tuning in. If you found this valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you want to dive deeper into this conversation, check out the links in the description to watch the full episode. See you in the next one.